Hey Lord, you know I'm trying. Hey Lord, you know I'm trying. Hey Lord, you know I did it too. Hey Lord, you know I'm tired. Zendaya did it last night. I had to turn it into a club joint because we ain't coming here to be sad. Sending this show on out on good vibes, please. I enjoyed this season. Plenty of stark opinions floating around out there. You entitled to it. I had a good time. I don't know where y'all was at. I think Zendaya did a brilliant job. She solidified. I think this show really solidified her range. And she ain't even done yet. She's still, baby girl is so young. She in her 20s, that talented, that beautiful, that funny, that dramatic, that vulnerable. Even the thumbnail to last night's episode, even the thumbnail to the finale, but she's just so joyful and young and naive and all the emotion in those beautiful brown doe-eyed baby face. I was like, she's the one. She's the one. All that range, all that talent, and then sang the song on the way out. Now, here's what I will say as well. What I was hoping for was another surreal, fake ass music video the way they did season 1 finale. But you know, they did a lot. All right. They gave us a lot this season, visually, cinematically, thematically. And I'm appreciative. I am such a stan of Miss Zendaya. Like, hello, welcome to the Euphoria dissection. Oh my God, look what I just did. Because look, I get excited, y'all. I get excited. Welcome to the Euphoria dissection. I am your host, JustLatasha. Capital J, capital L, lowercase t. Make the T's in my name small. Y'all be writing my name weird in places. Not in weird places, but y'all be writing my name weird in places. Do me that favor. What's up, patrons? This is our exclusive live stream. If you are streaming this live in real time, that means you are a patron, which means, first of all, first order of business this evening, thank you. I thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so incredibly appreciative of your time, your energy, your brilliance, your humor. I have such a good time with y'all. I love doing this show. I love talking to y'all. And tonight is special because every last Monday of the month, we do our VIP dissections. What's a VIP dissection? Some of my patrons are coming on video with me after this dissection to fully discuss what we saw last night and the overall season. So stay tuned for that. That is coming on right after this show. If you are a patron, you have the link to watch. If you are a VIP patron, please check my Patreon timeline page. You got the video link to join. Make sure you do it. This is the last night of Euphoria. So what is the next show? We will be doing Atlanta. That is the plan as of tonight, right now and today. I will be dissecting Atlanta, which does not come out until March 24th, which means I'll be taking some weeks off. I don't know if y'all follow me on social media. You should. Instagram, JustLatasha. Twitter, JustLatasha404. I just won a huge fucking award. I just won a huge screenwriting award, which I posted on my social media. I've been applying to some programs that I don't know if they're going to pick up or what time they're going to pick up or what I don't know. So the plan is today and tonight that I will be with you March 24th to dissect Atlanta. I am officially on the red list, which is like top tier ranking screenwriting skill ass bitch. For my screenplay mental, I'm screaming like hey Lord, you know I'm fighting. Oh, I cried a good cry today. I'm doing it again. I'm kicking my damn tripod. I cried a good cry today. But that is the plan. Let me see who we got in here. First comment, hello, gorgeous. Welcome. Kezia, Amira, Mosley, Barty. What's up? I know, Callan, we going to chat. Mosley, what's up? What's up? I see Jordan, Cleve, Christy. Yes, today, Elaine. What's up? Thank y'all for putting in. We'll talk about it. They sure did. Kenya Benia, what's up? I see y'all. I see y'all. Another character playing Ashtray is going to be in the Umbrella Academy. That is great. I mean, let's just start off spoiling, right? This show is going to be full of spoilers. So if you haven't watched the finale, if you got to get your HBO Max subscription, borrow password, do it before you watch the show because we are telling it all. Sorry, not sorry. Siege. Nick, what's up? Thank you guys so much. Thank you for all the congrats. I also want to start by cleaning up house. I got some theories to set straight. Because, I took some big swings in my hypotheses. So a bitch was off. But you know what? I'd be right about a lot more. Okay? A bitch was off. Gia made it out clean. She did not get got, but there's still some time to see what's going to happen. Lori did not come back for Rue this season. We have to wait till season 3, which is not scheduled to release until 2024. These kids gonna be way out of high school by then. They're gonna be working down to the marshals. Like we don't even have to worry about it no more. You know what I mean? So Gia made it out fine. If Lori comes back for Rue because she does owe her that money and knows her first and last name, she probably would get Rue herself and not Gia. So theory thrown out. Nate. He is simply a white boy. He is simply white. He is simply white. Because here's the thing. I assumed Cal actually did physically SA Nate. I don't want to say the word because YouTube be very particular about the vocabulary. I assumed Cal actually did do that gruesome scene that we saw in the last episode where Cal's laying on top of Nate. And I assumed that really happened because Nate's actions, I'm like, this cannot all become your daddy is sleeping around. And I believe, please correct me if I'm wrong, Jules was his only minor, and he was under the impression, because Jules was lying about her age in some of these chats and hookups. I believe Jules was Cal's only minor, but you found a CD of your dad sleeping with sex workers and being a little queer. So, and you know what? I'm looking at Nate through the eyes of a Black woman. We done been through so much more. But Nate is a white boy. This is about the legacy of entitlements of whiteness and white masculinity in particular for cishet men. Of course he's wilding. This is the worst thing he has ever been through. And he doesn't have the emotional range to handle it like a sane person. He's a sociopath. He didn't need a lot to do a lot because he's insane. So you guys were right. It didn't really happen. It was just a parallel. That's all that had happened. That's all that happened. Is Nate is white. And I guess the allegory was from the question posed in season 2, episode 1, would he become his father? And that sexual scene, that essay scene, that clip, that visual that we got was quoted in this episode when Nate says to Cal, we both get off on hurting people. So that's what that visual is supposed to do. Could have skipped it, Sam. Could have skipped it. Could have found another way, right? Didn't need to see it. Okay. Let's jump into color theory for people who may be watching a dissection for the very first time. What is color theory? This is how the visuals and the colors in the show expand the story that we are watching. And so if you want to know what the characters are feeling without saying and showing, you look at the colors to see where they're standing, right? So the color theory for Euphoria season 2 is yellow versus blue. Yellow is their truth, their full identity, where they currently are presently. Blue is sort of the mask that they wear, the lies they tell, the fantasies that they dream up and imagine in their heads, where they'd like to be versus where they are. Then Sam Levinson is also doing this biblical conversation, this biblical sort of theme with the story between heaven, hell, God, the devil, angels, very biblical. So when you see black, the characters are in their darkness, they're in their hell. When you see white, they're in their heaven, being elated, getting their euphoria. And when you see red, they are wounded, they are in pain. This is caution, stop, danger, warning. Some instances, very little, but some instances it can be love and passion, but we're watching Euphoria. Okay. Love and passion. Catch another show. You're in the wrong show. So here we are, episode 8. All my life, my heart has yearned for a thing I cannot name. I'm all about these long ass titles, y'all. I love these long. It's a book. I love it. All my life, my heart has yearned for a thing I cannot name. So let's get started. I don't want to waste y'all time. Let me turn up the brightness on my damn computer so I can see what I'm talking about. Let me see what I'm talking about. FEZ'S and the kiss of death. But for who? We're looking at FEZ'S through a mirror. The color tone surrounding him and his home is the color yellow, meaning what he believes is true, yellow equals the truth, is a lie. We're looking at a reflection. We are looking at opposite of the truth. And what do we have right here in the corner? His friend at the bottom left who will snitch. What FEZ'S believes about where he is, where he's about to go, who he's friends with, what's going on, is a lie, which is exactly why they shot this friend from behind, right? You cannot see his face because they are hiding his identity, hiding the truth, hiding his intentions. I also believe that FEZ'S in this beautiful, handsome black and white tux is positioning him, especially as he's staring at his own reflection in the mirror. It's positioning him at a crossroads between heaven and hell because he's trying to get to Lexi. He really enjoys her. They got a good thing going on, but he's got this cloud hanging over his head, right? Even his friends smoking, lighting it up, right? That smoke looking like fire, looking like hell. So I'm thinking or hypothesizing whether or not FEZ'S is at this crossroads between heaven and hell, or if this is like this morality issue. Does the good guy have to keep doing bad things because of his circumstances? I even thought it was a little cool that Ashtray was in gray, which is the combination of black and white. And even wondering, could we question whether or not Ashtray is a good kid? If you are sticking around for the VIP post show, where I will be joined on camera with my very special patrons, we will be discussing that and talking about that over on YouTube. So you guys have the link for that. I'm excited to see you there. I want to move on to Cassie. Because, baby, you were wilding last night. You were wilding last night, Cass. Let's talk about Cassie. In her full circle moment, when we saw her season 2, episode 1, hiding behind closed curtains versus last night's finale where she is fully exposed in front of the curtains, lights on, under the spotlight, still in blue. Still in blue. The whole way through from episode 1 to episode 8, she is still in blue, even though she goes from hiding to exposed, still in blue, still lying to herself, still living in a fantasy world. Versus her sister Lexi, who was in red and yellow. Because Lexi was the first, and with this play inspired everyone else to follow, to be able to accept the wounds, red. To be able to see the truth, yellow, of the wounds and pain, red. Lexi's like, let's just say it. Lexi thinks she's me. Can we just say it? Can we just be honest and like say it? All this running and hot. Cassie, you done spiraled out of control because you refused to say it, even on stage, under the spotlight, curtains open, full crowd. They wasn't even together when I did it, so it don't matter. Oh, Oh, honey. And how else she lies to herself when she says, I can play the villain. But when Maddie was after that ass, you done pieced out. You ran. What happened? Villains run towards the danger. What happened? Where'd it go? So here's my hot take between the sisters. And Cassie was so close, but she was so far away from the way she accused Lexi. I live and you hide. But here's the thing, Cassie was brave enough to live, but Lexi was brave enough to feel. My heart has yearned for a thing I cannot name. Cassie refuses to name the wounds. Lexi can. Cassie refuses to name the wound. Okay? I still think Nate had a bit of an Oedipal Electra complex, and he had that nightmare because he was attracted to his dad. Hence the watching the tapes for enjoyment. This all actually makes me very uncomfortable. So I've been trying to skip around it. And I really wanted that visual of them laying together to have reason, because this can't be it. You're gonna do this, father and son? You guys. Wrong guy. Never mind. I'm mixing up my white guys. I'm mixing up my white writer directors. For a hot second, I thought Sam Levinson was responsible for Meet the Johnsons. Don't watch it. I'm not kidding. Do not watch Meet the Johnsons. But it wasn't Sam Levinson. It was Ari Aster, who is my favorite. Sorry. But don't watch Meet the Johnsons. I'm not kidding. But this makes me so uncomfortable. And I don't want to do it. So I'm actually going to tap out. Okay? The father-son jam, that's my boundary. I shan't cross. All right? I'm tapping out. Yeah, I thought it was just the tapes. Nate confirmed when he was 11 that he found the discs and that they were the reason for his whole personality, apparently. He is a sociopath, though. For the life of me, I couldn't wrap my mind around it. I swear for God, it was like, it can't be that. It cannot. Just, Crazy ass Cassie. I feel like we say this every episode. Like, and she finally got smacked. Not hard enough. Okay. Miss Mama's deserved it. Like, let's not play the game. Cassie had a right to wild out. Lexi's play was a bit much. Good intentions, my ass. I'm glad Lexi unpacked what she needed to be at the expense of some people. And you know what? This is valid because people are flawed. They make mistakes. They do selfish things, and they go running into delusion when that is their only comfort zone for something that hurts too much. And we pose this question over the course of the dissections. What is worth forgiving? How bad of a person do you have to be? Rues showed us her worst, and we're still like, love you. Cassie, what is worth forgiving, right? Is Lexi worth forgiving? Because even with your good intentions, I just want you to look at it so you can see yourself in the larger scheme of things. Maybe this thing that you're chasing isn't worth it. Maybe if you could just see the whole thing and put the pieces together yourself. No. Okay, sis. All right, I'll catch you at home. Like, and to be the person whose mistakes are on blast, yeah, that's not fun. It's not fun. We ain't gonna do it, Nick. We're not gonna do it. Rose says, I think that dream was partly admiration and also fear of how those vids literally effed him up. If I'm to get visual parallels, I'm the guy. I'm the guy who gets visual parallels. We didn't need it. And that's not me arguing with you. That's really me talking to Sam. Sam, don't do that again. Don't do sorry, y'all. We get it. Like, huh? Okay, let me see. I think I'm missing a photo, so let me see if I can add it here real quick because I want to talk about Elliot. Let's see if I put my photo here. Yeah. Let's talk about Elliot. Beautiful song. I know people wanted to get to the mess and they was rushing and they just wanted to come on with why you singing. Beautiful song. I'm sorry. I was here for all 2 minutes of it. I loved it. But we understand here in this dissection that Elliot is acting as Rue's shadow, Rue's reflection, right? He is the embodiment of her breathing life into the wound, AKA breathing life into the place she died. And with love and kindness and gratitude, she lets him go. Now, bitch, that's an allegory. That's a visual parallel. Those are the visuals we need to say that means that. That's where you got me at. We didn't need that other thing. This is an allegory. And let me tell y'all, if you cannot thank your darkness, I'm sorry to break it to you, baby, but you haven't made peace with it. And it's okay if you haven't yet made peace with it, but you have to know that you are still not okay. But it's okay to not be okay, but knowing it is essential. And the way she thanks and forgives and with gratitude says, I'm going to go another way, soft, kind, that's when you know you've healed. Accepted, at least. And she says to Elliot, you've accidentally saved my life, which is a full circle moment from how they met in episode 1 of this season, where Elliot barely saved her life when she was really high. And so now we have here in episode 8 where she breaks up with him to save herself. So she latched on to him to be saved and she detaches to save herself. That's a parallel. That's where we want to be. And as she's thanking Elliot by saying, you accidentally saved my life, this mirrors how she gets high to go meet her father, where she whispers, I just want to die. Or when she does drugs to get to that place and she'll say, please God, don't let me die. Versus here in this room with Elliot, episode 8, whatever happened, however it did, thank God it did. That's healing. That's healing. That is healing. And so I remember during Rue's intervention where the camera's constantly focusing on Elliot's apple on his cheek. And when Rue's at her rage and she gets caught and she's at this intervention and she calls Elliot a fucking snake. I want to go back to this biblical theme. Because when the snake, Elliot, enamored Adam and Eve with the apple, it opened their eyes to what God was shielding them from. And so I remember when we watched Rue while high dance with her father, she went down to church, she saw Elliot and Jules, and we asked, is Elliot actually the salvation to free Rue? Did he open her eyes? Even if she doesn't choose him at the end, the snake did something accidentally really good. You accidentally saved my life. You opened my eyes to what I wasn't seeing this entire time. And in that beautiful song he's singing to her, it's us against the world, just a couple of sinners making fun of hell. So she hits them with the I forgive you. Thank you for the fact that I can forgive you. I ain't got many of those. I forgive you. Which is what her father was kind of saying to her in that spiritual plane, which is what Ali said to her during her first apology out of many that she owes. Ali, I forgive you, Rue. So with God, aka the Father, aka Rue's father, and the Holy Spirit, aka Ali, who the man who brought faith into that home, and Jesus, who rose from the dead. On the third day! On the third day. And the Son who rose from the dead. Wash my sins away. The song was cute. I'm sorry, I don't even know if you're saying it like that, but that's how I feel it. That's how I feel you saying it. I thought the song was cute. Look at Elliot being the bestie just long enough for Rue to leave him. Cassia, you didn't like it? He sounds so cute. I actually went to go watch his music videos and listen to his records and stuff. To me, that was the best he sound. What? Oh. Elliot is a minor character and we barely know him. I just think the time could have been better used. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I think they could have added some montage scenes in the song just to keep me focused, but I like the song. Gala said, I'm bored. That's what they was giving on Twitter. They said, now, if y'all, I didn't come here for this song. They trying to add softness to the moment, slow it down a little bit. The show is so fast paced, and y'all was like, next. That is funny. That is funny to me. Okay. Y'all said next. I want to go to some moments that I thoroughly enjoyed. First of all, baby, Bobby. I love her. I am a stan. Art should be dangerous. Purr. So cute. Rue starting the Lexi chant, finally saving someone else. Lexi dedicating this show to Fez. And the fact that last week we pointed out that Rue and Fez are specifically two loves that bloomed from Lexi's wound with her father. And the play is dedicated to them both, showing us that Lexi knows how to use the darkness. She made something beautiful from it, right? So let's speed it up. Let's talk about the sacrifice. Let's talk about the sacrifice. And right before the cops bust in Fez's door, Faye is staring at the front door, waiting for them to bust it down. And there's this small poster of Jesus himself. So let's look at the thematics going on here, right? Jesus, who gave his life in order to wash our sins away. Ashtray makes a huge mistake that Fez is going to pay for. Don't worry about it. It's on me. I got you. I love you. Who gives his life in order to wash our sins away. Go wash your hands. Fez tells Ashtray, go wash your hands of the blood. Wash your hands of the blood. They showed a specific shot of this nail, of this knife in Fez's hand, obviously an allegory to the nails in the palm of Christ's hands, nailed to the cross. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. It's good stuff. This is good stuff. But like Christ, or maybe in our efforts to be Christ-like, to do good, to be good people in the world, when you acquire someone's debt, you might pick up the wound. We watch Fez carry Rue. We watch Fez carry Ashtray. We watch Fez carry his grandmother. We watch Fez carry Faye. And so you picking up people's problems and you may find yourself with it as well. But here we go with the mirrors and the parallels, right? Rue, this is from season 1 finale, where we discover Rue's wound, the death of her father, which traps her. Look at the darkness. Look at the blue. right? This black hell and this blue, this mask. What has Rue been masking all of this time, this very wound? Versus Fez losing Ashtray. Spoiler alert. Which is yellow, truth, and white, heaven. So if Rue's father dying traps her, what does Ash's death do for Fez? Who's willing to die on the cross for you? Who's willing to take your sins away? I will wash it with my blood. I got you. Now, Ashtray's going rogue. He's giving Killmonger. Because my ancestors knew death was better than Bond. Yeah, let that guy go. He's talking mad. Get him off the boat. Ashtray. We'll talk about it in the VIP post show when I'm joined by the patrons as we stream to YouTube. But it was that little choice was giving Killmonger, baby. It was giving Killmonger, okay? I think Ash reacting the way he did showed how young he really is. We adultify him because he seems so capable, but we forget he's 12. A 12-year-old's ready to die. A 12-year-old who's ready to die. Niggas ain't giving a life. I get that Fez watch grandma protect people like that so much, but Ashtray became an irrational hothead overnight and makes bum mistake that's supposed to make sense. I didn't understand that choice either, Rose. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't understand it. So I'm excited to talk to y'all for the post show because I want us to unpack this together. But I definitely want to hear you guys' opinions on Ashtray's choice to go out blazing. I feel Elliot also sacrificed their friendship so Rue could be saved from the hell of her addiction. He sings, I think you may be my only friend. I gave it all to see you shine again. Because he kicked her out the house that one last time and we ain't seen him together since. You absolutely right. Absolutely right. Somebody's thinking. We love to see it. Ooh, I felt Ash died for no reason. Let's talk about it. But let's move on to Nate because we're going to talk about it in the post show. Let's move on to Nate. Now that I see clearly with my white boy eyes. Now that I put my white man goggles back on. Let me see him for who he is. Let's keep it biblical. Nate's father's freedom was haunting him. What helped Nate go dark, besides this discovery of what his father was doing in the late of the night, what helped Nate go dark was the fact that his father continued to live in the light. We remember this shot from earlier in the season with Cal walking into FEZ'S bodega and these gridiron gates behind him sort of playing like these hard angel wings. He's dressed in black, like this dark angel, similar to Nate from episode 1 of the season when he walked into a store and the lights on the ceiling are kind of mirroring angel wings, but he's also in black. Cal has not paid for his sins. And so as we move all the way to the right, where Nate is walking into these two white double doors, he's bringing justice. Is this dark angel bringing justice to Cal? And like Rue, he looks directly at the wound of his father's actions. So Cal set himself free by just saying, hey, I'm gay. Everything's cool. I'm getting out of here. Because that was the truth and that was a lot. But you ain't get to the truth. What Nate did in that warehouse amongst your new friends was the truth. Right? It's like Cassie jumping up on that stage and being like, so what? I did it. But they weren't together. It's like, you was close. You was close. But let's tell the truth. Okay? Let's not do that front and truth that you're trying to do. Okay? So is he looking directly at the wound of his father's actions, setting himself free? Because you don't just get to walk away and live your life. Oh no. I'm leaving here with something. I'm leaving here with something. I have my notes here, but I don't even remember what I mean by this. I don't even know what I mean by this note, but his true haunting and his true wound was becoming like his father. That was his true fear. So he acknowledges in truth that, yeah, I am like you. I got your worst parts, but the only thing that I can control is this moment right here, and I have to lock you away. That I have to, if Nate is deciding maybe through Cassie I can be a good person, and that wasn't the answer. Maybe by handling his father, he can be the dark angel. He can bring the justice. He can do something right in how messed up he is. Because maybe he's accepting, I'm messed up. I'm the worst of you. But maybe there's a sliver of something I can do to set this all right. So, like Rue, when she left Elliot in that room, aka her shadow, Nate also leaves his shadow. His father getting arrested and him closing the door, walking to the light. Walking right into that white space, closing on the darkness. Yeah. Opposite of Rue, Nate cannot forgive. There's no kindness here. There's no vulnerability. There's no, I'm just going to say it and I'm getting you up out of here. He cannot forgive. Also, there was like this cool parallel to Rue where we watch Rue plead for forgiveness from her father versus Nate's father pleading forgiveness from him. And it's a no for me, dog. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Again, carrying this loaded gun, which we saw when he's trying to chase down the CD of his father between Maddie and Jules. Now, not even needing it, but reloading the gun in this red USB, handing it to the police. He pulled the trigger on his dad, brought his whole thing down. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And you know what too? There was something really cool. We're definitely gonna talk about this because I know there's an allegory here. I know it's something juicy in here. We will discuss that in the post show between all the bathtubs. We will definitely discuss that coming up next in the post show. Let's get to Lexi and Cassie. And here, if you guys follow me on Twitter, I am JustLatasha404 on Twitter. Here's what I posted on Twitter today. Y'all caught that? I know y'all did. I know y'all caught this. Again, the dichotomy between the two sisters, Lexi, who is able to accept pain, and Cassie, who isn't. The gag is, I think they're sitting in the same exact spot where Lexi can acknowledge this shit's fake. I'm sitting here and this is what exists, versus Cassie, who's so deluded, she makes it all real in her head. I bet they're sitting in the same exact spot. And that's how hard Cassie is dreaming and falling into the mechanics of her brain. And unlike Cassie, who's diving further into her cage, trapping herself, suffocating herself, Rue, when she speaks to Lexi, is freed. Thank you for showing me the wound. Thank you for helping me to look at it. Thank you for showing me how to handle darkness with safety instead of whatever the hell I was doing. What's that song? The curse and the cure is you. The cause and the cure is you. You. I get some. Y'all know that song. The cause and the cure is you. So, Christ-like. The same place Rue found death, she also found life. This is the mirroring of the wound, something that killed her. Set her free. Release that wound, breathe into it. The parallels between the dialogue where Rue says, I miss you, Dad. And at the end of the play, Lexi says to Rue, I've missed you. Both of those being the basis of their greatest performances. Lexi putting on this whole play just to tell Rue, I miss you. Rue going on this full-blown drug addiction for years because she just wants to tell her father, I miss you. The greatest performances. We do have the VIP post show coming up, so I just want to wrap this up and put some bows on this before we dive in. Let's talk about the hallway. How Rue has set herself free. Because in season 1 finale, where she died was that hallway. Her father his corpse was in that blue room. Transitioning to the funeral, where she battles between heaven and hell of, do I get trapped here or do I set myself free here? We know which way she chose. Versus when she finds her healing and now she is at the end of her own hallway, the colors being opposite to where she started. We have black and blue in the first photo where she died, and of course yellow and white where she has found acceptance and healing. This is where she wrong one. Sorry guys. Let me go here. I want to show you guys where her cage was, right? She's totally looking at freedom, but what does she choose? The camera breaking the 180 rule. Just to show you how her world has absolutely changed. She walks into the darkness. She suffocates herself. She drives into that cage. Mirroring. Look at the address. 5611, aka 1111. Mirrors, reflections, parallels. It's slick. It's slick. Okay. And also my favorite part of the finale, Rue changes her hoodie. She puts the hoodie down, and even though it's still a wound, even though it still hurts, she chooses something else. She's got a new style. Still a wound, but she's breathing into it. I can't hold on to this forever. I can't. And so what we've been watching since season 1 of Euphoria is the stages of grief, right? Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and then acceptance. Now, when it comes to grief, it's very easy to get stuck in 2, 3, 4. Anger, bargaining, depression, anger, bargaining, and you bounce. You keep bouncing because those 3 right there, right in the middle, nasty work. Nasty work. And so while being inspired by Lexi, while learning from Lexi, Rue allows her darkness to serve Lexi. And like Ali did for her family, she does it for Lexi, gives you some insight about your father from experience. He's not trying to hurt you. He's not trying, this is what he's going through. And I can tell you from experience, and adding a bit of light in for Lexi. And we remember the poem that Lexi was telling Rue in episode 7, feel how your breathing makes more space around you. Be your own bell tower. When the light goes out and the darkness comes, who's your bell tower? Oh, beautiful. 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 Thank you. Oh, we're going to talk about the bathtubs coming up. Coming up. When Nate was leaving the warehouse, it looked like he was looking into his future, trying to liken it up the same way his father did all those years. I want to hear more in the post show. Yes, the bathtub's wondering what the link is. Let me stay up for the post show. What time is it over there? Not baby getting a wardrobe. I'm happy Rue and Lexi are starting to repair their relationship. However, I'm wondering, can they build without allowing the trauma bond? I feel like the trauma is what separated them. I feel like they were friends before Rue. You know, Lexi was sort of delusional about their relationship because she's like, Rue's my best friend. And Rue's like, I need you to pee in a cup and I'm actually going to get up out of here. So, but they get to come back after the trauma caused some mess, right? Um, Surprising news, Maddie forgives Cassie for her mistakes. We will talk about it in the VIP post show. Maddie forgives Cassie and even gives her some advice after you stole the man. But before we cannot move on without talking about Rue and Jules. My VIP patrons, get ready to come on right after this. My VIP patrons, get ready to log in after this. We talking after this. Let's talk about Rue and Jules. Season 2, episode 1. Jules is dancing with Maddie or Kat. I can't remember who she's dancing with. She's dancing with someone. And Jules says, my goal tonight is to black out this entire stupid year. AKA, I don't want to remember a damn thing. But here in the finale, season 2, episode 8, Rue says, and I'd like to remember it that way. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's right, but I'd like to remember it that way. We remember when we said that Rue and Jules have actually never experienced each other. They've never experienced each other. They have no idea who they're dating. Rue literally only knew Jules when high. She had a stint of being sober in season 1, but she went right back and didn't quite like Jules when she was sober. Jules literally only knows Rue in this imaginative delusion. Jules falls in love with anyone and anything that talks to her. So do you love Rules? Actually, you don't even know. And Jules says, I love you to Rue in the way that Rue says, I don't care about her father. Sort of these band-aid words over an opposing emotion. Rue was high the entire time and didn't give you anything you wanted. You say, I love you. And Rue, your father died in his room, in your home, that will haunt you for so long. And you said, I don't care. So it makes me ask for Jules, what are you running from? And the way Ruth leaves her alone in kindness and forgiveness, Jules got her own church pews to sit in now. We saw Elliot and Jules and Rues High in that church sitting in those pews, and now Jules has to be in it herself. Rue left as your distraction. That might have been a favor. We don't know, because you got to do it yourself, okay? So I want to stop by one more thing before we get into this post show. The very last shot after Rue leaves Jules, where Rue is at a crossroads. What will be her cross to bear? As we watch Rue walk out, leave the play, walk into freedom, something that she denied the first time. And we see yellow buses, which equals truth. We see all that sky, space, and open air, which equals freedom, versus what she'd been through when her and Elliot created a cross. And this was her low, her drugs. And Rue says in the final dialogue of the show, I stayed clean to the rest of the school year. We got a season 3 coming. I stayed clean to the rest of the school year. I don't know if this feeling will last forever, but I'm trying. So my question is, before we get out of here, do y'all think Rue will stay clean in season 3? I'm going to catch some comments before I end this one and head over to the post show with my patrons, my VIP patrons. Neek says, I would just like you to pack her things next season. No, you didn't, Neek. She belongs here. She actually doesn't want to be here. That actually may be fair. She don't want. She's been saying, "Get me out of this town" since season 1. I think Rue gave Jules what she wanted in a way. She wanted attention that wasn't completely sexual, I believe, because Jules was already having plenty of sex. Okay, I get it. So you think like it worked and it was cool and they was on. All right. I don't know what they was doing with Jules' damn character. Like, where was the Jules from the bonus episode? Clear and questioning and powerful and discovering her power and sexuality. But she was also very particularly in that episode disconnected from her body. I remember she was saying she wanted to come off the hormones that make her body feminine. She doesn't like when cis girls like try to clock her and like try to see her features to see where the masculinity still is. Let me peep. She was kind of having a little bit of a crisis, but she seemed more clear, and her arc seemed to, when she was having sex with herself, where she was kind of finding her power and being her own answer. But look, she about 16, 17. That shit don't last but a weekend. She gonna have to unpack that next. She gonna have to unpack that next week. Next season. It's giving grief for Jules. Grieving this relationship that she made up in her head. I don't understand how we could just move past that fucking suitcase. QTNA. When is Lori coming back? We'll talk about it in our pro show. When is she coming back? I want Jules to go back to therapy. She must didn't finish her sessions. Too many unanswered questions. I think Rue will stay clean. That doesn't mean she won't be a struggle. I hope so. Well, let's see what y'all all got to say. We are signing out here. Thank you so much. To watch all the videos, it's patreon.com/JustLatasha. Our next dissection will be Atlanta on FX, coming back March 24th. If you are a patron, please let me know what day you would like the live show, because it's on a Thursday. I can't dissect in the same night. I shan't. Fridays, we outside, same as Saturday, Sunday. And then Monday, Tuesday feels far away. That's what I'm thinking. But let me know what would make the most sense for y'all. I am leaning towards let's keep it Monday night as we used to. The show and the episode just might be a little older than we're used to as well. But let me know what day you guys think will make the most sense to dissect on a show that comes out on a Thursday. I am JustLatasha on YouTube and Instagram, JustLatasha404 on Twitter. I love you and I thank you for being here. See you guys in March. Join me right now for the VIP post show. Bye.